So this is pretty funny. I made a YouTube video, I want to say about a year ago, with an M2 that I just got, and it wasn't broken in. And I had the M2 for a little bit, and then I never really made another video, and I wound up buying an M4CS. They wanted something crazy over sticker. They originally wanted $20,000 over sticker, and other dealerships were asking $35,000 over sticker. And I was like, well, that is absolutely not happening. So spoke to them. You know, they saw that I was a repeat customer. You know, I've purchased 3 cars from them in the past, I don't know, 12 months. And so I got them down to 4 over sticker. Well, while I'm going down my parking garage, I can talk to you guys about just some of the basics of the car. Now, the interior having a lot of carbon fiber is really cool. I really like it. The Alcantara steering wheel, I love. My concern with this, though, is that it's going to get filthy. And I hope there's a solution for that. I've never had an Alcantara steering wheel, so I guess I'll deal with that when that happens. The carbon buckets are very comfortable. Now, I had the comfort seats in my M2. Everyone said, you know, just get the carbon buckets, but I didn't order my M2. I just went to BMW one day and they had it, and so I just bought it. And it's not that I thought that the comfort seats were, you know, way better than the carbon buckets or anything, or that I thought the carbon buckets were uncomfortable, rather. They just didn't have it when I bought it, and I just finally got carbon buckets for the first time. And yeah, no, these are very cool. I really like them. They're not uncomfortable at all. That little thing between your legs, you don't even feel it. Very supportive, and they really hold you in place. They're definitely worth it, and obviously they look awesome as well. I don't know if it's gonna happen today, but when I'm driving around the city, people have been freaking out about this car like crazy. And you know, I have a Lambo, so if people are freaking out about this car, you're getting like Lambo attention in this M4. So now I'm in comfort mode right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's firm, but it's not necessarily as bad as you might think it would be. It's pretty manageable. You could definitely daily drive this. Oh, there's a cool Urus. And I'm actually going to be driving on a pretty bumpy road to show you guys how it looks. I'm going to a pretty bad road on purpose for anyone who is wondering if this car is going to be unmanageable for them. So you guys will see that. I love the carbon fiber here. I love the carbon fiber paddles, the carbon fiber on the steering wheel. Everything's awesome. And the car's warming up right now, and I'll put it in sport mode for you guys. Unfortunately, the car isn't broken in. Again, last time I made a video with the BMW, it wasn't broken in, so I couldn't punch it. This car I'm likely going to have for quite some time. If I'm not mistaken, I saw that this was one of the rarest BMWs of the modern day. And it's like one of the most limited production cars they're going to release. Probably going to hold on to this for quite some time. So yeah. If anyone is curious what I am paying for this car, I did not put any money down, and I am paying $2,610 a month, 72 months. And so yeah, that's what you're looking at with nothing down on an M4CS. Figured some people would like to know that. God, I love the carbon fiber. Everything about this car is just kick-ass. The performance of this car is batshit crazy. You want to talk about people being worried if BMW could justify the higher price tag? They most definitely did. I've driven a lot of high performance cars. This thing is nuts, dude. Like, batshit nuts crazy. This guy's staring at me. This car also has something I have coined as Huracan shift syndrome. Now, I coined it that because the first time I experienced what I'm about to explain was when I got my Huracan. God, I think it's almost 3 years ago now. And I started making videos with it. And when you're ripping on the car, you just kind of want to run through the gears. That's smart, lady. You just want to rip through the gears, and you don't actually want to stay in the gear. It's a bit hard to explain, but when you're stepping on it, you're getting so much acceleration, even though you're not at the end of the gear, that you just keep clicking the paddle. So with the 7-speed in the Huracan, and then the 8-speed in this car, you get like a really strong effect of that. All right, I think car's warm enough for sport mode. You get a real nice punch on the shifts, and now the suspension's a little stiffer now. Just gonna throw it into sport. I love when you put it in sport, you get a different heads-up display. This is the bad road I was talking about. So this is pretty much the worst you're gonna get here, at least in South Florida where I live. Maybe it gets a little worse at some points, but this is pretty bad as far as the bumps go. So you guys are seeing what the worst case scenario really feels like here. It's still not bad. Now, I guess keep in mind, I have an Aventador, so, you know, some people think the Aventador is going to cause you to not be able to walk by 80. I don't think so, but, you know, keep that in mind, of course. What the fuck are these guys doing? Making videos. That's mad funny. That's Florida for you. I just got rollers from the back of a Jeep Gladiator on my new M4CS. I love it. I wonder if these guys will see this video. That'd be awesome. I'm about to pass where I actually bought this car from. I'm about to pass the BMW dealership. These guys are cool guys, you know. I know they tried to get me on the 20K, but, you know, upper management wanted them to sell it for more because there's only a certain amount coming to them. That Audi is moving, dude. I love when I'm in, like, my fast-ass cars, and I just see someone in, like, fucking cutting up in some car that should not be doing that on a road like this. Like, if anything, I'm in the BMW. I'm supposed to be driving like the asshole here. Me and this Porsche are supposed to be going at it, causing an absolute shit show to the public. And while we're stuck in traffic here for a moment, I figured I'd take this opportunity to say, I know a lot of you guys follow me for business stuff. I've been in business for quite some time now. Took the leap when I was 21, dropped out of community college, so it's pretty cool to have stuff like this. I didn't grow up rich whatsoever. Looking back on all the risks I've taken, and, you know, buying stuff like this is really cool. You should reward yourself. But with that being said, make sure when you're a young person and you're looking at this video, understand that I'm 29 now, right? I started when I was 21. I didn't really get to start buying cool shit until I was, you know, half a decade in plus. And then that's when I was able to you know, splurge a little bit. And so if you guys are new and you're getting into business, don't run out and buy stuff like this, okay? I make more than enough money to buy this car, right? I'm paying monthly for it, but I could cash this car out right now if something happened, if I needed to. That's not a flex or anything. I'm telling you guys, be smart with your money. And especially if like you're trying to escape the 9-to-5, right? If you're trying to escape the 9-to-5 and you want to build your own thing, you have to build up reserves. You have to be in a position where if you see an opportunity come along where you might not make any money, or you might even have to pay somebody to teach you, you know, you want to be able to take that leap. And if you're not playing the game smart, that's what gets most people. They move out of their parents' house, they're paying $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month in rent. They buy a $600-700 a month car when they can't really afford it. And then it's hard for them to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. You know, when I first got into business, I worked for free for people. I just hit people up and I said, hey man, can I come film you for free? That was my first thing. A lot of people don't believe that. That was the first thing I ever did. I was a videographer. Oh, that's a nice kick. The reason I did that was to get around people in business, right? No one in my family was in business. So I brought that skill to the table and said, hey, I'll work for free, because it got me to be around people who were winning in their business, right? They wanted to film themselves and market themselves and put it out on social media. And it was a great networking tool. Even still to this day, if you're completely lost, dude, and you're like, man, I need to get around people. Like, I get a lot of kids who just DM me and they offer to sell me something, or it doesn't really make sense. And like, I can tell that I know way more than them, right? I've been doing this for a while. I locked myself inside. Still to this day, most days of the week, I'm locked inside on meetings, meeting people. I'm going to the Bahamas soon to sit down with somebody who's worth over $100 million. He sold his CRM company. He knows I'm in the CRM business and he wants to meet with me, right? So when these young people who are a little too giddy message me like, oh, I got the secret sauce, it's like, dude, I know you're bullshitting me, all right? We all started as the bullshitter. But if you're young and you want to just do something honest for free, get into videography, bro. You know, I'm not launching a course on videography, but then I got into paid ads, and then I started learning about back-end CRM systems. That's how I wound up in the tech business, and it was because I learned step by step, which is how it's going to be for most people too. So anyway, overall, I'm loving this car. I'll make a full-length review. I promise this time I'll make a full-length review, and I won't get busy and have to travel to a bunch of spots. Once I get the car broken in, I get the full service. I'm loving this thing, dude. I seriously can't even think of how they could have made this better. Literally nothing. They fixed the steering from the other M cars. Like my M2, I understood what people were saying with the steering. It wasn't bad. I think some people are over-exaggerating. They definitely made it way better, dude. The brakes, way better. The interior quality, I mean, dude, it's really nice. All this carbon fiber down to here. The cup holders are on the side. Everyone's like, oh, it's got no cup holders. Yes, it does. It's right here. It's just not right here. And I love this. You know, everything they did is awesome in here, man. The heads-up display, BMW is killing it, dude. I have no complaints. Amazing what they've done over the past couple of years. Seriously, hats off to you guys. The only thing you guys have to do is just cut the bullshit out of the dealerships, right? Just say, hey, this is the price, and that's the price. Do what Tesla did. Hey, this is the price of this BMW. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want to come buy it, this is the cost of it. I don't understand why every dealership can't just follow suit on that. It would make it so much more enjoyable. You know, people work really hard for cars like this, trading years of their lives, like risk, and then to get these things that we want, we have to get into a boxing match with some random dude. You know, it's not fucking fun, bro. I get it's a game, but come on, guys. That's my final thoughts on this M4CS review. See you guys later.